everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be getting ready for my first date night in what I think is probably about 5 months. So tonight Tim and I are going out for dinner, and I just thought it'd be the perfect opportunity just to do a bit of a chatty video and show you my look for the evening. So this obviously is the look that I'm doing. It's this nice green and gold, and I'm probably going to insert some clips as well from date night, so stay tuned. And now I'm ready to get ready for tonight's date night. So first things first, I'm just going to do my primer. I've just got this Revolution Mattify one. I'm really excited to go out this evening. This will be our first evening date night that we've been on, I think since Christmas Eve. So a long time. I think pretty much 5 months to the day almost. For my foundation, I'm just using this Rimmel 25-hour lasting foundation, and this is in shade Ivory. So this is good because it's got SPF in it. Not that it's needed at the moment because it has been very grey and very miserable. But anyway, as I said, I'm really looking forward to going out for dinner. So this is one of our favourite places near where we live, and although restaurants and bars and cafes etc. did open up for outside like dining and drinking back on the 12th of April, this place hasn't actually opened yet. I think because their outside area is quite small, they've been waiting till the 17th of May to fully reopen. So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm not sure what I'm gonna have to eat. I'll probably have a cocktail or something as well, but I think I probably would have inserted some clips just after the intro. Well, that's the plan anyway, so you will have seen what I ordered. Whilst we've had a couple of daytime meals out when we were away the other week, we've not had any evening meals or drinks out just because the weather's been really bad, and it is still actually quite cold at night even though it's like coming towards the end of May. Don't know whether to get a burger or they do really nice nachos. I am really hoping that their cocktail happy hour is still on, because before everything had to close again, they would do like £5 or £6 cocktails between 4 PM and 8 PM. And I'm really hoping that they're still gonna have this offer on, because our table's booked, I think, maybe like 6:30, and I wouldn't say no to a couple of cocktails. Right, so it's brow time now. I've just got this Makeup Obsession So Fine pencil. This is in shade dark brown. And whilst I'm really looking forward to date night, I've also got a few other little things planned. So we've got a few days away in London booked, and we got literally bargain hotel. I think for 5 nights it was less than £200 to stay in Covent Garden, and we've been to London a lot of times but we've never stayed in Covent Garden because it's always far too expensive. But we've got that. We've made a few restaurant reservations. I'm going to see a few friends that live in London, so yeah, a few things to look forward to, not just this date night. We don't really have loads of solid plans. I definitely want to get some museum tickets booked. Obviously they are free, but you just have to book your time slot, so there's not too many people in at once. But to be honest, I can't imagine it really being that busy, because obviously there's no like tourists, or very few tourists, because obviously of everything. We are going to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant, so that is first thing. And I thought about maybe booking like an afternoon tea, but I don't know if we'll have enough time, to be honest. But if you do have any London recommendations of things that we can do or places that we can go, so I have been there a few times in my life because it's only a couple of hours away from where we are, but let me know. I'm just going to get my brows set, so I've got my Benefit 24-hour brow setter for that. I'm just trying to think what else we've been up to really. So we did go to Weymouth for a few days a couple of weeks ago. We stayed in a caravan, and that was really nice because that's the first time that we've been away since, I think we had like one night away beginning of December last year, and then we had a night away for my birthday in October. But normally we're used to going on like probably literally like 10 foreign holidays a year. So it was very strange to be really very excited to be traveling like 30 miles down the road. But we had a really nice time. It was very chilled out and just a change of scenery, which I think sometimes is just all you need. Definitely looking forward to being able now to get out and do a bit more, and just like simple things like sit in Costa with a coffee, because anybody else who's from the UK will know how rubbish the weather's been. Like literally last year you couldn't do anything and the weather was so nice. I think from like early April it was really nice, and this year it's just the total opposite. Like we've had a few nice days, don't get me wrong, but in general it's been raining, we've had hail. And just moving on to my blush now, I've got this blushing heart from I Heart Revolution. So this is the Peachy Keen Heart. Oh yeah, the other thing we've been doing, a bit random, we've been rewatching all of the Star Wars films again. So we have both seen them all at various points over the years, and we have started to rewatch them. So we've watched them like 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. I don't know if we're going to go back and watch the other like spin-off ones. So I know I haven't seen Solo. I think that might be the only one that I've not seen. I don't know whether I'm going to go back and watch that, probably. But it's been quite nice watching them actually, because sometimes it's just so hard to pick something to watch. Like how long do you spend just flicking through Netflix or Disney, and then you don't know what to watch, so you just stick on something that you've seen a million times before, when actually there's so much great content out there. So again, if you've got any good movie recommendations or TV show recommendations, then let me know in the comments. Just on to my highlighter now. I'm using this Benefit High Beam, and I used to use this all the time when I was a teenager. Like it was just my go-to highlight, and I've not actually used it in a while. But I've got this mini one and thought I would just give it a go again. Definitely probably put a bit too much on there, but there we go. I'm sure the lighting whilst I'm out will be quite dark and no one will notice. And I'm always ready for what I think is the most exciting part of makeup, which is eyeshadow. But I'm just going to pop down this Beauty Bay eye base first of all. And I'm still just thinking about what cocktail I'm going to have tonight. Do I have a mojito? Do I have an espresso martini? What I tend to do, well obviously it's been so long since I've been out, so I've forgotten how to like act in a restaurant or socialise. What I normally do is I'll have a couple of drinks, or even just like soft drinks, and then I'll have my main course, and then instead of having a dessert or like an after dinner coffee, I'll just have an espresso martini, because I feel that it's almost like a dessert cocktail. The eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using is the Sample Beauty Painters palette, and if you haven't seen my video, I have done a video using this palette. It actually was a collaboration video, so maybe go and check that out after this if you're interested in this palette. So these are all of the shades, and I've opted tonight to go for these green shades and maybe this gold. I'll just see how it goes. And I just decided on green because I haven't done green eyeshadow for a while and I like to mix things up a bit. So I think I'm going to go in first of all with shade Cottage, which is this, looks like a forest green to me. I haven't used this shade before, so I'm not quite sure how it's going to look. Oh yeah, so it is quite like a dark forest green, but that's really nice. I was just trying to think of some like funny stories to tell, but I mean it's not really funny, but when Tim and I were in Weymouth a few weeks ago, my mum looked after our cats. So we've got 2 cats, Audrey and Felix, and Audrey is our oldest cat, so I think she's like 4 and a bit now, and then Felix is her baby and he is 3. So whenever we would go away before, my mum would always look after the cats, so they were very used to being at hers. They've probably been to my mum's house, I don't know, like 40 times, like a lot of times. So mum said that she was happy to look after them and everything was fine. I was getting like little daily updates on them, how they were doing and settling in and stuff. And then on the the Saturday, which was the day that my mum was due to drop them back, she messaged me to say that she couldn't find Felix. So at our house, they are completely indoor cats. We live on a main road, and just the risk of one or both of them obviously getting to the road is just too great, and we obviously would be devastated if anything happened. So they've been indoor cats their whole life. They are very happy, very content, very settled. At mum's, Felix had got out, and we were extremely worried, to the point that we actually got the bus over to where my parents live, and we were walking the streets looking for him. Couldn't find him, there was no sign of him. He hadn't come back in the house, mum had said, and we just couldn't see or hear him anywhere. And it was starting to chuck it down, and we had to just admit that we weren't going to find him, and mum would like keep a lookout, keep calling him, etc, etc. So obviously very worried, very anxious about where he could be, or if he was hurt or anything, and thinking about our next course of action, you know, like phoning around vets and sharing things on social media. So it was not a very relaxing evening after we'd come back home. But anyway, I woke up the next morning, so this would have been the Sunday, and my mum had messaged me to say that Felix had turned up. Of course, ecstatic, relieved, everything, just so happy he was back. But the funny thing was, she woke up in the middle of the night and he was just there, asleep, on the end of her bed, as if nothing was happening. So yes, he had a little adventure. I think I'm going to wear a green dress tonight, which is why I've opted for this green eyeshadow, or my alternative idea for outfits was to wear my dungarees, but just with a green t-shirt underneath. But knowing me, I'll probably start to get dressed, because obviously I'm not going to be wearing just this grey t-shirt. I'll get all my makeup ready, and then I'll put on my outfit, and then I'll decide that I won't want to wear it and I want to wear something else. I do it all the time. So I've so far just blended shade Cottage, shade Florist, and then just cut my crease, ready to go in with shade Martini, which is a really lovely gold. I'm just going to get this all over the eye base. I decided to start getting ready quite early because I didn't know how long this was going to take, especially with filming it. And as I said, I think earlier in the video, table's booked for 6:30, and I absolutely hate being late for anything. I'm one of those people that would rather be like 2 hours early than 2 minutes late. And I can't imagine as well it's going to be like a super late night out, because I'm sure we only get the table for like a couple of hours, but I don't know how strict they're going to be on that. I suppose it will depend how busy they are. I mean, it's a Saturday night and it was always a really busy place before it had to close, so I can imagine it probably being quite busy. And as I said earlier, it didn't reopen in April because they've got such a tiny outside area, so I suppose it wasn't viable for them to open the outside part for like literally the sake of like 3 tables. I'm just going to do my eyeliner, and I'm just going to do my waterline because I don't really want to go over any of this really nice gold like with the liquid liner or anything. And then obviously just on with my mascara. Got my trusty firm favourite Maybelline Sky High mascara. I'm just going to do my lipstick now. I've opted for this Jeffree Star Mini Velour liquid lipstick, and this is in shade Wifey. So this is a nice red, and I just thought it would just go with the gold really nicely. So it's quite a deep red rather than being like really overly bright, which is kind of what I wanted to go for. And then I'll just get that all set with my I Heart Revolution fixing spray. This is the green tea one, which is really, really nice. And there we go. There is the final look. I have just paired it with the green dress. So I'm either going to wear this dress or I'm going to wear my dungarees with a green top. But so far, I think looking great with this green dress. So I'll just give you a close-up of the eyeshadow and everything so you can see that in more detail. And I'm all ready to go for date night. So I'm really very excited. I think I said at the start I would put in some clips, just a few second clips of us out on date night, probably a little shot of my like food or my drinks or whatever. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this get ready with me. Hope that you enjoyed the little clips I put in of date night. I really like doing these kind of just chatty videos. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you did enjoy this video, and if you did, please do give it a big thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you again in my next video.